I think the growth momentum now which we've attained will continue. And I'm fairly confident, and I'm not just talking, fairly confident that Indian citizens have actually understood that it is for them, together with the state governments and central government, to ramp up the way in which we are going to recover. So it is not governments alone, it's the people of the country who are really putting their best foot forward. And therefore, I can confidently say that we'll be on that kind of a growing trajectory.
Speaking to business standards, Shrimmi Chaudhary and Arup Roy Chaudhary, Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman on Friday showed confidence in the robustness of the Indian economy. This was despite the upheaval caused by the pandemic, which the FM said even forced the government to consider presenting 5 mini budgets in 2020. She said that the government has turned to a public capital expenditure program to revive demand during this tough period. The FM said that spending on capital assets was chosen since the government had adopted that route for economic revival during the pandemic too. Capital expenditure is the money spent by the government on the development of buildings, health facilities, education, and other infrastructure. The centre's capex outlay is estimated at 7.5 trillion rupees in FY23. According to the FM, of that, 1 trillion rupees will go to states as a long-term, interest-free loan for their capex needs. In comparison, the government's capital expenditure through the budget was 3.35 trillion rupees in 2019-20. The entire 1 trillion rupees could be given to states in the July-September quarter itself. The FM said that the rules for distributing the loan had been framed. Many states were ready as they had already submitted their projects, both greenfield and brownfield, for evaluation. Sitharaman was confident that the amount would be picked up by states before the end of the second quarter. The FM also tried to assuage concerns around the fiscal deficit, saying that despite continuing external headwinds, it was under control.
Well, I think the revenue buoyancy that I've been talking about gives me a little bit of a comfort. But yet, the challenges which are external, as I said, are not in my hands. We are being absolutely nimble, I would think, and I'm not self-certifying, in sourcing materials from places which can help us in terms of cutting down on the costs. So that exercise will go on. Many states have been absolutely conscious of where they have to cut down, where they have to not cut down in the interest of the larger picture. And the synergy between the states and centre, irrespective of all that we may say, absolute. That's why I use the word hand-holding. Holding each other's hand, centre and states with each other. During these years, will continue.
Speaking on soaring inflation, which is giving a tough time to policymakers, FM Sitharaman said that it is still nowhere close to what other countries are seeing. But at the same time, she conceded that it was burdensome for people, especially those with low income. From 3.4% in FY19, retail inflation showed a continuous rise to 4.8% in FY20 and 6.2% in FY21, before easing moderately to 5.5% in FY22. Headline retail inflation for May 2022 cooled down from the 8-year high of the previous month to settle at 7.04%. The Reserve Bank of India expects inflation to average above the 6% mark till the October-December quarter. The FM also said that the bank privatization plans were almost ready and the government would bring amendments to the Banking Regulation Act soon. She added that while the centre would continue owning some banks, in the banks which it does decide to exit, it could do so completely. While there has been no official confirmation from the government, Central Bank of India and Indian Overseas Bank are said to be the candidates for privatization. On the compensation to states after the recent GST Council meeting, The FM said that the government was conscious of COVID-affected revenue growth, and those 2 years cannot be taken to measure any kind of growth percentage. But she said that the government is yet to take a call on rate rejig. Cost overruns and delays are perennial problems that hamper infrastructure projects in India. With its ambitious capex plans hanging in the balance, will the government be able to overcome such challenges and spur the economy on?
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.
सब अच्छी दिख रही हैं यार, कौन सी खरीदूं?
ये तो वही बात हुई, 4000 शेयर्स लिस्टेड है, कौन सा लूं?
वो तो सबसे आसान है।
तुझे 5 पैसा नहीं पता?
अब तो सबको पता है। 5 पैसा पर है 4000 स्टॉक्स की रिसर्च, टेक्निकल टूल्स और इन्वेस्टमेंट आइडियाज। डाउनलोड 5 पैसा नाउ।
अब तो सबको पता है, investing made easy and rewarding with 5 paisa. Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.